Christine from Kkarmalove, and tomorrow I'll be turning 23. Yay! But today I will be answering a few of the questions that you asked on my Instagram page and on my YouTube channel. And this will just allow you guys to get to know me a little bit more. So let's get started! Okay, question number 1. How did you end up where you are today, and how did you start? Like from the beginning to now? I started from lookbook.nu. I'm not sure if you guys know about it or not. It's a fashion platform where you can just post a lot of your outfits. And I started on lookbook.nu, and then I switched over to Blogspot. And then I had, I think around, on lookbook.nu, I think I had around 4,000 followers or 4,000 fans on, that's what they call it. So I had 4,000 fans on there, and that's how I started. And then I didn't start my Instagram until November or December of 2012, so I've almost been on it for 2 years. And I basically just started posting pictures on my Instagram right when I got an iPhone. I would have started earlier, but I didn't have an iPhone until 2 years ago, and I basically had a dumb phone until then. So my iPhone was my first smartphone, and so right when I got it, the day after I got it, I started my Instagram, and I just started posting a lot of pictures, and I started befriending a lot of the people in the fashion community on Instagram, because if you guys don't know, there's a pretty big fashion community on Instagram, and we're all basically friends, and we all get along really well, and we love everyone's style. And so I befriended a lot of them, and I didn't really get my start until I think I had around 3,000 before I got my first push, which was, I think the first person that ever found me on Instagram was probably Fashion Fiend, and her name is Alyssa, and she owns the account, but her account got hacked, so now it's Fashy Fiend, and I'll put that below. And she started reposting a lot of my photos when I first started, and so that's how basically I got my first push. So I went from 3,000 to 10,000 pretty quickly, and so I'm basically forever grateful that she found me, and I'm really, really lucky that she found me. And I would say you just basically need someone with a higher audience, with a bigger audience to find you. If they really like your pictures, then they'll repost you, and they'll try to give you an extra push. Thumbs up if you guys want a video on how I started Instagram and how to become, I would say, more popular on Instagram. So yeah, give this a thumbs up and I'll make a whole video on how I started my Instagram. The next question is, how did you start your clothing line, and how did you start your way up from down there to the top? Was there any inspiration to it, and do you care more of the design on the clothes or the price? So to answer the first question, I started my clothing line with my twin sister. Her name is Caroline, and we started because we needed money, and we always wanted to design our own shirts because we always have a lot of good ideas, but we've never actually done it. So when we decided that we needed some spending money, we decided to start our own clothing line. And I also had a pretty good following on Instagram then, and so we started selling just through Instagram and Store Envy, and the only marketing I did was through my Instagram and some of my friends that helped me on Instagram. And so that's how I started, and we basically just do a lot of just simple shirts with some quirky and fun sayings that we really like. And yeah, that's how we started our clothing line. Your style is always on point and very you, but where do you get the inspiration for your fashion / who do you look to? I get a lot of inspiration through runways and watching runway shows. I also get a lot of inspiration through Instagram. I really like scrolling through my Instagram feed because everyone I follow on Instagram, I really, really like their style, and I truly love like all the pictures they come up with. And so I just really basically scroll through my Instagram and look for some inspirations from those. And I will put a few of my favorite Instagrammers down below in my comment section, so you guys can take a look at them there. Did you receive formal education in fashion? And if not, how did you learn about style and fashion? I actually did not receive formal education in fashion. I actually got a BS in accounting and a studio art minor. And I learned about fashion just by I always loved fashion, and ever since I was little, I would say probably starting in elementary school, I would say I was a pretty good fashionista back in the day. And I also got inspiration through a lot of blogs and a lot of magazines. The next question is, how do you shop? Do you buy a complete outfit every time you go shopping, or just parts of an outfit? What is your technique? When I go shopping, I don't usually ever buy a whole outfit just because it gets really expensive. to just buy all that all at once. If I see this top that I really like, I can imagine it with a bunch of my other clothes that I have in my closet. So like, oh, this top goes really well with these pair of shorts and these pair of shoes. And then when I buy it, I take it home and I try on the exact outfit. And if I like it, then I keep the item. And if I don't, I go and return it. The next question is, why are you always so perfect? I'm actually not, and I'm pretty sure no one is actually perfect. But I'm very flattered that you think I am. Okay, and this one's not a question, but any tips for fashionistas just starting out? My tip would be to be true to your own style, and if you don't like a trend that is really popular, don't wear it. Because if you're your own style, then you can get separated from everyone else, and everyone will know that is your style. The next question is, in what age did you start using makeup? I didn't start wearing makeup until high school. I would say that's a pretty good age to start wearing makeup. I started, I would say, maybe sophomore or junior year of high school. And I think that's a really good age to start. I think in middle school it's kind of too young to start. And yeah, high school is a perfect age to start wearing makeup. When did you begin to become so famous on Insta? And do you work at the moment, or is Insta, YouTubing, blogging your job? As I mentioned before, when I first started, I didn't start getting popular until Fashion Fiend reposted me a lot. So that was when I got my first break in Instagram, and that was probably early 2013. I started gaining regularly after that, and I gained a lot more, I would say, last summer a lot. And do I work at the moment? I basically am self-employed. I have my own t-shirt business, and as you guys know, it's Kkarmalove.com. And I also, yes, I blog and YouTube and do Instagramming as a job as well. So, but most of my income is usually from t-shirt sales. Oh, and I do get paid through Instagram posts as well. So I'm very blessed to not have to really have a 9-to-5 job, and I can just work on a lot of my like blog posts and photos and videos whenever I want to during the daytime. The next question is, what products do you use for your hair? This is a really good question because I've dyed my hair so many times, and I had a really hard time managing it before, and it used to be really, really dry, but now it's a lot better. And Guy Tang, my hairstylist, actually recommended me this, and he has a YouTube channel as well, and I'll put that below as well in the description. And he recommended this to me. This is the AG Hair Cosmetics Keratin Repair, and this is my holy grail, and I will never run out of this because I buy at least 5 at a time, and this is seriously the best thing ever. All you do after you shower, when your hair is wet, you just do 2 pumps and then you just spread it throughout your hair. And I usually get the tips a lot more than the rest of my hair just because my tips are the most dry part of my hair. And then also in the shower, I use this 3-Minute Miracle by Aussie, and this is my conditioner, so after I shampoo, I just put this in my hair and I put it in for 3 minutes and then I rinse it out. And also after I shower, I put this in. This is a detangling spray. It's for kids, but it's really, really good, and I really, really like it, and it works really, really well. And I just spray it all around my hair, especially where it's the most tangled. My most tangles are usually like up in this area, so I just spray that the most. And then I brush it out, and I put the keratin spray in after that. And then after my hair is all dry, or before I blow dry it, I always put this in, which is a heat protectant spray from Tresemme. And this one is one of my favorite heat protectant sprays. It's also really, really cheap. You can buy it at any drugstore or grocery store. My next question is, where are you from? I'm actually not from LA or California or anywhere near here. Yeah. So I'm actually from Nebraska. Some Nebraska pride. I'm very proud to be from Nebraska just because it's a lot different from where everyone else is from, and it's always a good icebreaker for whenever I meet someone when they ask me where I'm from. The next question is, how long does it take you to get ready in the morning? I would say it takes me, if I have a full face of makeup on, it usually only takes me 15 to 20 minutes. And I usually don't really do my hair besides blow dry it. Sometimes I straighten it or sometimes I curl it, but I usually don't do that on a regular everyday basis. So I would say from right when I wake up to when I'm out the door, it would take 15 to 20 minutes. And one other question is, what are you hoping for when you turn 23? I would say I'm hoping for a lot of growth as a person and to gain a lot more knowledge in my industry, which is the fashion industry. I really just want to learn a lot more and grow a lot more as a person. The next question is, will you make a room tour and closet tour? Yes, I will, and I was just going to film it this week, but my closet kind of collapsed on me, and so half of my closet, the rack fell off, so I can't really do a tour of that. So they're gonna fix it tomorrow, hopefully. So I will film a room tour either this week or next week. And the next question is, how do you achieve such smooth looking legs? I'm not really sure. All I basically do is just put lotion on them, and I think I just have naturally smooth skin. And yeah, I wish I could tell you more, but that's pretty much it. Who's your favorite sister? Well, my sister actually asked this question, so I would say the sister that asked this question is my favorite sister. But yeah, I have two sisters. I have a twin sister and an older sister, and my older sister is older than me by 2 years, and my twin sister is older than me by 10 minutes. So yeah, it's 3 girls in the family, and then we have my dog, which is the only boy in the family, and my dad. So yeah, my dad was very lucky to have 3 girls. What is your ethnicity? I am, well wait, guess first. What am I? But yeah, I am 100% Taiwanese or Chinese, whichever one you want to call it. Taiwanese or Chinese, I don't know. But yeah, I'm 100% Taiwanese, and everyone thinks I'm Korean. And whenever I go to a Korean restaurant, everyone just starts talking to me in Korean. But no, I'm not Korean, and yes, I'm Taiwanese. The next question is, have you had a boyfriend before? And yes, I have. I think my first boyfriend was when I was a senior in high school. Some of you might think that's kind of late, but I think that is a pretty good age to get your first boyfriend. Where would you like to travel to? I would love to travel to Europe, and I really want to go to Thailand and a lot of part of Asia that I haven't been to before. I've only been to Taiwan and China in Asia, so I love to go to Hong Kong and Thailand. And when I go to Thailand, I really want to ride elephants and take pictures with elephants, because I think that's the coolest thing, and my favorite animal is an elephant, so that would be amazing if I could. So that's definitely on the to-do list. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was a really long video, but you guys made it. And if you have any more questions, please leave a comment below and I'll just answer you there and not make another really long video. And also don't forget to give this a thumbs up if you guys want to see a how to start an Instagram video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!